right. Well, hey there, world. Welcome to the Power of Yes with Coach Servola. And this is where we don't just talk about the big dreams, we take action, clear the clutter, and say yes to the life and business that you were meant to create. Where we're going to kick things off by talking about something that I am truly, truly passionate about. Dump the junk. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is dump the junk? Well, let me tell you, it is more than just a catchy phrase or a book. It is a philosophy, a game plan. It's about identifying and clearing out the mental, emotional, and physical clutter that are holding you back and really setting yourself up for more. That's right. The stuff that you don't need anymore, the thoughts, the habits, and even some outdated systems that are cluttering up your mind and your business and your life. So why does it matter? Well, let me be real with you. Until you dump the junk, you are just running in circles. You are caught up in the overwhelm and distractions and self-doubt of it all. But when we clear out the junk, we make room for clarity, purpose, and unstoppable growth. How's that? Now, let me just share a little bit about my own journey. Years ago, I was buried under a lot of mental junk. I struggled with feelings of overwhelm, uncertainty, and struggled really with building momentum in my life as a whole. I was working for the government, working in my business, and then just navigating this journey of whether I was going to let go of what I call my good old government job and really transition into doing my business full time. And during that time, I had to do some serious work to clear the clutter out of my life. I had to reset my mindset and really get myself set on the pathway that I needed to be for where I knew my life should be going. And maybe many of you are in that space right now where you're feeling like you're at some type of a crossroads where you're teetering between to be or not to be. And that magical question that a lot of us think about and a lot of us ponder as we're navigating through life. Well, when I was experiencing that, I really had to take a look at what I wanted my life to look like. And some of the pivotal things that happened, I remembered I was sitting in my boss's office at the time. He was not the big boss, but he was one of the bosses. And he said to me, "Don't worry, Servola, in 20 years, you'll be sitting in my seat." Now, y'all, just real talk for a second. And all of this is really real talk, but I really had to do some inner thinking and to really think about that. Is that a seat I'm going to want in 20 years? Is that something that I would be proud to have achieved in 20 years? There were so many things that were running in my mind. And really part of that was because at that point in time in my life, I had really just crossed over into 40. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, when I'm 60, do I want that seat? Is that my 60-year-old seat sitting over there? I'm sure some of y'all can relate to what I'm saying right now. And so I really had to take a moment and just ask myself, is this all this hard work, all these things that you are setting yourself up for, is this what you truly, truly want? Is this at the end of the day going to make you feel like you've lived a full, fulfilling life? And if the answer is no, then what are you going to do about it? And I don't know about you, but I have those types of real talk conversations with myself and really ask those questions like, girl, what you going to do about that? If you are not saying that that's your seat in 20 years, then what is going to be your seat in 20 years? And what are you going to do to transition to move towards more of what you want and less of what you don't want? And so that's why Dump the Junk is so important, because it helps us to recenter our thinking. It gets us moving away from just living life in kind of this robotic mode, just going along with the flow, to actually taking the reins of your life, taking control and saying, listen, there are some things that I really don't really like in my life. And maybe I don't really like myself, but guess what I do? I have an opportunity to shift and to change that. And that is your decision, my friends. And so when we start to think about dump the junk and and I recognized that I shifted my mindset, everything changed at that moment. I began to really step into my true potential, which led me to being in front of you all today. So I'm excited about this. And so that's when I said yes to my business fully and really just turned the page in my life and turned the page on this next chapter of my life and start embracing where I knew that I should be and letting go of what I felt like everybody else thought that I should be walking in or everybody thought I should be doing, and really just saying, well, who is Servola, and who do I want to become, and what is my God-given purpose? What is God giving me to do? And how do I step into more of that, fulfilling my God-given purpose and really navigating that? So if you're like me in that state, feeling stuck or overwhelmed, I want you to know that you can do this. You can do this. You have everything inside of you to create massive change. And if I can do it, friends, you can definitely do it. And it starts really by you saying yes. Yes. Yes, to clearing out that mental clutter that is holding you back. So I want you to think for a moment. What is one area in your life or your business where you need to dump the junk? I mean, let's be honest. What is that one area for you? And then I want you to say, okay, this is that area. Maybe it's like what I say in my book, stinking thinking that you're holding on to, or some of those limiting beliefs. Or maybe it's a business process that you're so familiar with, you're scared to let it go, but you know that some portions of the process are not efficient. So they're really holding you back and they're no longer serving you. Take a second and reflect on all of these things. And then I want you to make a decision. Let go. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. Let it go. And it's okay. It's okay. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel like, I can't do this, Servola. But I want you to trust the process. I want you to give yourself space for grace. And I want you to let it go. Simple, but not so simple. So here's your call to action today. I want you to pick one area, just one, not 100, just one area. And I want you to commit to dumping the junk. Maybe it's your desk and you're like, hey, I got to get my life together. I'm just so disorganized. Maybe it's just one drawer in your desk and you just accomplish that. Then you can move on to something else and something else. Maybe it's clearing out your closet, like I talk about in the first couple of chapters of my book, and just reorganizing that space. Or maybe it's that mental clutter. Maybe it's those thoughts that are not serving you, that you've got this one thought that you may have been holding on to. Maybe you say to yourself that you're not enough. Maybe you say to yourself that you can't accomplish that. Maybe you say to yourself, or you always are in default to others, instead of recognizing that you are your greatest asset. Whatever it is, whether it's a bad habit, whether it's a stinking thinking, whether it's just a junky closet, I want you to pick one area and make that decision that you're going to dump the junk. You're going to dump the junk. And then I want you to send me a message or share it with your community. Because listen, once you decide, the next step is really just what? Action. Action. Taking action. And once you do that, listen, I'm here with my pom-poms, though I don't have them in real life right now. But just imagine, I'm here with my pom-poms in the background, cheering you on. Because if you dump the junk, you're making room for more of what you want to come into your life. And as you say yes, you're saying no to all the things that are not serving you. So say yes to your success. Say yes to your business. Say yes to your new, clean, organized closet, whatever it may be. Say yes so that you can walk away from all of the clutter and walk truly in the freedom of your yes. I'm excited for this journey with you. and I am ready to say yes to the next. So are you ready to say yes to your next level? If you are, let's go.